Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about everything Fortnite Battle Royale related regarding the brand new update, the event, and so much more. You're not going to want to miss it. So let's get straight into it and start off with the update being delayed. So the 12.60 update has been almost guaranteed to be confirmed to be delayed now. We're on a Tuesday and Epic is still testing it on their internal servers, and there's been no update from Fortnite at all. So we can assume that this update is probably going to come out next week. The reason for that is because it flows in nicely with Epic's release of different things, which will work really nicely. The only downside is that does confuse me a little bit is overtime challenges. Don't you think we should get overtime challenges now, like this Thursday probably? So that's what makes me think maybe suddenly this update could just appear from nowhere. But right now my prediction for this is going to be next week, actually between the 19th and the 22nd, because this flows really nicely with the release of Season 3. You'll see right here, you can see on my calendar, if you look closely on the 19th, this is perfect because this is when 12.60 comes out. Then the following week is when 12.61 comes out, which includes all the event files, with the event taking place on Saturday the 30th, most likely. As always, the event takes place on a Saturday. Then after that, we'll have the release of the season, which will be on Thursday the 4th. So that's a June date as well, so Thursday the 4th of June. So that's when the Season 3 will get released. It flows really nicely for Fortnite if that is the case. That's what my assumption is right there. So I hope you guys did like that little prediction. And yeah, that's what I think is going to happen in that side of stuff. Next little piece of news I've got for you guys is this little screenshot here of the agency concept, which has been going around Fortnite Battle Royale. I thought I'd put this one in today's video because it's a really nice design and definitely something which is worth mentioning, because the actual agency itself is clearly a concept here and it's not what's going to appear in Fortnite. If you look down there to the bottom right, you can see the words ego, and that obviously is telling us that the ego was the original concept for the Ghost design. Like, they put ego there because they didn't have the name Ghost just yet, until later on when they designed obviously the word Ghost and Shadow for the two teams. But then they just kind of put this in as like a concept or an art piece around the map as we know it today. So that's my prediction for this, and that's what I think is going to happen regarding Fortnite's kind of agency change, or people saying it's going to change the Shadow, but I don't think it's going to change to this design. Also, if someone wants to design this on creative for me, I'd love to actually check it out in real Fortnite world. That'd be really awesome. So next little piece of information I've got for you guys is this one. This is from Reddit. This is someone talking about Fortnite's tips and tricks. They actually talked about how placing traps where other players won't see them is a tip, and then obviously this is completely worthless, so they definitely need to update their tips inside of Fortnite Battle Royale. I think it's something just generally Fortnite need to do across the board. There's also rumors that skill-based matchmaking made a return today. This again is probably due to Epic testing the update. If skill-based matchmaking did accidentally make a return to squads, I do think it will be due to testing. Nothing too major in my opinion, but I know a lot of people are kind of arguing about it. Also, just generally speaking about the background gameplay, I absolutely love the spy LTMs that we're having, especially the payload one. This is one of my favorite LTMs that we've received in Fortnite Battle Royale for a very long time, so I'm absolutely loving it, and this is why, because you can see I absolutely pop off in this gameplay. Also, for those wondering, there has been a few updates to Save the World. We've also got this Pirate Jonesy skin coming in to Save the World, and I'll put some Save the World little screenshots on here. I'm not going to go over them because you guys can pause the video right now or wind back to this section at some point if you want to see these Save the World changes. Next one up for you guys is, if you are new around here, roughly 80% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Everything on the channel is legit news and legit source, so make sure you are subscribing and join the crew and get updated with all the latest Fortnite news. Also guys, if you would like the return of the floor is lava, or my idea, the floor is water, where the water rises just like the floor is lava, but it causes you to swim instead, and obviously you can't build. So rather than getting eliminated by lava, you get flooded by water. If you like that idea, or just generally want the floor is lava to return, because I miss it as well, smash a like in the next 5 seconds, and also smash a like for Tilted Towers as well, because this picture's from Tilted Towers, and I absolutely miss Tilted Towers so much as well. I'm sure many of you guys do as well. Next awesome concept is coming in from our friend Merl. Great shout out to Merl, he's a great guy, and he's actually created a really cool Season 3 umbrella concept here. I love the design he's done with it. He's gone with different kind of ideas, obviously, for the customizable umbrella, which supposedly is coming into Season 3. It's not confirmed 100% now. Then obviously we will get options either to change the color, the trail, the decorations on them, for example your sprays, etc., the grip, the pattern, the animation, banner, and effect. So some great concepts there coming in from our friend Merl. Now the next concept I've got for you guys is actually regarding the bosses. So this one is coming from William Bash over on Reddit, and he actually went ahead and talked a little bit about all the bosses and how they should have had an extra weapon or item. For example here, you know, with obviously the Sky boss, she comes with the grappler. Well, he's actually created a TNT's Blast balloons, a Brutus backup, Meowscles shot put, and Midas golden touch. So what these do, they all do different effects, so you can see them there, but I'll just quickly go over them for you. The TNT in his blast balloons allows you to deal 20 damage to yourself and anyone around you. It also launches you away like a crash pad and can be used infinite amount of times until you obviously take too much damage to use it anymore and you get eliminated. Brutus's backup is a single use and it summons 2 ghosts and 2 shadow henchmen, which will fight all enemies around you like a free-for-all. I think this would be better if it just summoned just 2 ghosts or 2 shadow, just so they didn't fight each other, but I think it's quite a unique idea. Midas golden touch, this wouldn't work in creative, but basically it turns everything into gold in a 5-tile radius, which triples its health. Really cool. Definitely would break creative if it was used in that, and he also talks about how creative needs more updates. I agree with that as well. Meowscles shot put, also this one is a stack up to 3, which doesn't make too much sense unless you could find it around Meowscles yacht, which no longer is owned by Meowscles, it's now owned by Deadpool, but maybe back in the start of the season we could have had this. And he goes and says a little bit more about it and how this item can just be thrown up to 1.5 tiles horizontally. It's also based on the speed. Damage can go up to 100, so the further you throw it, obviously it falls very fast, the more kind of like momentum it gets. Maybe, I'm not too sure if that's what it means, but instantly destroys the first prop it hits and then carries on rolling once it hits the floor. You need to find it and pick it up. So interesting stuff right there. Definitely a cool concept. My favorite one out of all them is Brutus's backup. Let me know in the comments which one your favorite is as well. So some more information for you guys is this one here, another source from Reddit. We can see that 3 Fortnite facts you probably don't know. There's no rockets in llamas, there's a hidden room in Hydro 16, and Switch is at 30 FPS. I actually knew the bottom 2, didn't know the top one. Also smash the like for Greasy Grove. You can see in the back right there, I miss Greasy Grove as well. Absolutely love Greasy. It's a shame that that has gone. Another cool concept coming in as well from J-Guy. This one is absolutely really awesome because this one is him talking a little bit about Season X itself. And he actually goes and says how all of the Fortnite catchphrases link to Season X. Now he is missing one on here. I'm not too sure which one he's missing because technically there are 7 seasons. You've got Season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 7 in total. Not too sure which one he's missing. If you do know, let me know in the comments down below. But you can see Brace for Impact. He's talking about, this is all related to Season X, by the way. So Brace for Impact is talking about the meteor, or the crash of the meteor into obviously the 0 point. Worlds Collide is talking about different worlds colliding. For example, the Batman collaboration over at Tilted. Then we obviously had other collaborations as well, like we had Borderlands and loads of other cool locations like Starry Suburbs, etc. Darkness Rises, talking about the rocket taking off. You better watch out with the rocket crashing down. X marks the spot is when the rocket targeted the actual meteor. Now, I don't think the rocket actually did the X during the Season X event, so I'm not too sure about that. I think it was only the Season 4 event this happened, and the future is yours as well is obviously the crashing of it. Just a cool concept. I thought I'd put it in. It's a great idea, and I really did like it, so that's why I wanted to give it an honorable mention for you guys, and you could check it out. Also, another really hilarious concept with all the recent clickbait going around with the concept which we've seen for the lobby, but just remember, guys, that lobby concept which we have seen is just beautiful, the ones that people have been creating. I know it's been used in clickbait, but some of the designs are absolutely awesome for it. But this one is hilarious. It's kind of like a skit towards it, but also a funny design, and that is a Chapter 2 Season 3 lobby preview, and it's just Minecraft. So I really liked it, and I hope you guys liked it as well, because it's really cool, and it's obviously the unvaulting of the Infinity Blade as well. I missed that. I wish it never got vaulted, but you know, it's cool to see Chapter 2 Season 3 concept, and it's just hilarious. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about that. It was really funny to see someone actually go ahead and create that. Now, the final topic I've got for you guys is actually talking a little bit. We've got 2 more topics actually. We've got this one quickly, which is obviously regarding the brand new Hugo skin. His animation is different for his emote. So if you don't own the pickaxes or don't have them equipped, it's hologram. And if you have them equipped, it's not. Really cool little feature, and just something maybe you should just be aware of. And then the final one I want to talk about is the pros arguing a little bit about how Fortnite itself isn't like competitive or anything like that. So I actually saw Mr. Denver guy post about this, and he actually talked about what Tfue exactly said. Now, do I agree with this and Fortnite being competitive? This is something which I have kind of a weird point of view on. Personally, I think that Fortnite is a competitive game, but I think it's been taken in the wrong direction because of the amount of money up for grabs. So when there's a lot of money in a prize pool, the competitive scene definitely changes and develops into something which is very, very, very competitive and very difficult to compete in for casual gamers. And I think with a lot of esports, there isn't really lots of competitive players. Like, you look at a lot of games, they have like a certain amount of teams and that's really it. But when you talk about Fortnite, there are so many people trying to be competitive players because of the prize pools and the amount of money. The game itself is a huge competitive scene. So I completely disagree with Tfu's point of view in this here. I do think Fortnite is a competitive game, but I do also think that it has been created to be an extremely competitive game due to the money up to grabs. And then you think of it generally, is the game truly skill based? There are aspects of it which aren't 100% skill. I would say, you know, for example, it's random on what weapon you're going to find. It's also random on how much damage you're going to do. You may end up hitting the head, you may not, and you know, it doesn't do it too much, but with the shotgun, different pellets can hit and do different amount of damage. So it's not always 100% guaranteed that you're going to do the best every single game, because you may not get the right loot and you may not get the right weapon, which is the whole kind of idea of Battle Royale, which makes it debatable. Is it 100% competitive? I would say yes, because the scene is so difficult to get into, but I also think it's not 100% competitive because of the randomness of the game. And then obviously the building itself, that to me is almost like a chore now in Fortnite. To be able to actually be good at the game, you have to almost spend so much time practicing building. And do I want to do that? And I know the majority of you watching aren't pros. You probably think and say the exact same thing as I do. You don't want to sit there practicing all day your builds. Fair enough if you want to 1v1 your friend for fun, but I don't think you want to go in like every single day and have warm-ups and practice and all this sort of stuff for a game that you're probably never going to make it in the competitive scene. Just generally, I'm never going to make it in the competitive scene. I'm sure many of you, unless you grind every single day, you'll probably never make it in the competitive scene because the competitive scene is so competitive. So that again is why, yes, Fortnite is competitive, and that's my stance on the competitive scene. I love it. I love watching the World Cup. It was great to watch, but the lead up to it and the qualifiers, for me, it's just not for me. I won't be competing in anything like that. It's too difficult. I have to put too much time into the game. For example, even in the background footage here, I'm loving this LTM. Like, this is my favorite thing. This is what I like in games. When they do something different, they go away from that standard crazy build fighting stuff which Fortnite has been turned into, unfortunately. I love, though, the classic Fortnite like this LTM, the classic LTMs they put in, the casual side of it. That's all about me. The party mode, all that sort of stuff is what I like about the game, and that's my personal opinion. But that's it for today's video. I'll leave you guys with the end of the gameplay, because it's obviously really, really good gameplay, and there's only a little bit left, and I did really well in this game, so why not watch the rest of it. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video though, guys. It really means a lot. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. Enjoy the ending of this game because it's really cool. I absolutely pop off in it, and I highly recommend you guys go and check out the Spy Games LTM with the obviously payload before it gets removed, because they may not be in next season unless they make something similar to the spy mode thing. I do hope they do similar stuff to it, just to let you know, because it's great, it's fun, and it has its own perk and unique tree. And maybe I'd like to see the pros play this in the World Cup rather than the actual Battle Royale, and then have set loadouts, and that would definitely be pretty interesting to see. Even if they just put one competition in it, I think it'd be so cool to see. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of everything I've said in today's video. Feel free to wind back to different points if you want a little recap. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you guys in future content.
Remaining. Payload contested. Seconds remaining. Payload contested. 2.